Imagine a giant Lego castle. It is made of millions of tiny Lego blocks. Living things are like that castle. They are made of tiny blocks called cells. Cells are the smallest living parts of all plants and animals. Cells are like tiny factories. They have many different parts that work together. Each part has a special job to do. Some parts make energy for the cell. Other parts help the cell to grow and divide. Everything a living thing does, it does because of its cells. Cells help us move, think and grow. They are the building blocks of life. For a very long time, nobody knew that cells existed. The concept of a world so small that it was invisible to the naked eye was beyond imagination. People were unaware of the intricate structures that made up living organisms. Cells are so small you can't see them without a microscope. These tiny building blocks of life remained hidden until the invention of the microscope, a revolutionary tool that opened up a new dimension of discovery. In the 1600s, a scientist named Robert Hooke looked at a thin slice of cork under a microscope. This was a groundbreaking moment in the history of science, as it marked the first time anyone had observed the microscopic world. He saw tiny boxes that reminded him of the small rooms where monks lived. These boxes were actually the cell walls of the cork tissue, but Hooke didn't know that at the time. He called these boxes cells after the monks' rooms. This term has stuck with us to this day, and we still use it to describe the basic units of life. Hooke was the first person to see cells, even though he didn't know what they were. His observations laid the foundation for future scientists to explore and understand the microscopic world. Later, another scientist named Antony van Leeuwenhoek built an even better microscope. His improvements allowed for even greater magnification and clarity, pushing the boundaries of what could be seen. He looked at pond water and was amazed to see tiny creatures swimming around. These microorganisms were a revelation, showing that life existed in forms far smaller than anyone had previously imagined. He called them animalcules, which means little animals. Van Leeuwenhoek's discoveries expanded our understanding of the diversity of life and the complexity of the natural world. Today, we continue to build on the work of these early pioneers. Modern microscopes allow us to see even deeper into the microscopic world, revealing the intricate details of cells and the myriad of life forms that exist beyond our sight. Let's imagine we can shrink down to the size of a pinhead. Now we can take a journey inside a cell. All cells have a few things in common. First, they have a thin outer layer called the cell membrane. The cell membrane is like a gatekeeper. It controls what goes into and out of the cell. Inside the cell membrane is a jelly-like substance called cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is mostly water, but it also contains many important molecules that the cell needs to live. Floating in the cytoplasm are different parts called organelles. Each organelle has a specific job. One important organelle is the nucleus. The nucleus is like the brain of the cell. It controls everything the cell does. The nucleus contains the cell's DNA. DNA is like a set of instructions that tells the cell how to grow and function. You can think of DNA like a recipe book. Just like a recipe book tells you how to make a cake, DNA tells the cell how to make all the different parts it needs. The nucleus has a membrane around it called the nuclear membrane. The nuclear membrane controls what goes into and out of the nucleus. This helps to protect the DNA and keep it safe. Section 5. Powering the cell, mitochondria and chloroplasts. Cells need energy to do their jobs. They get this energy from food. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. They break down food and turn it into energy the cell can use. Mitochondria are like tiny batteries that power all the cell's activities. Plant cells have special organelles called chloroplasts that animal cells don't have. Chloroplasts are where photosynthesis takes place. In photosynthesis, plants use sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to make their own food, which is sugar. This process also releases oxygen into the air, which is what we breathe. Section 6. Plant cells versus animal cells. Spotting the difference. Plant and animal cells are both eukaryotic cells, meaning they have a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. However, there are some key differences between them. Plant cells have a rigid cell wall outside their cell membrane. This wall is made of cellulose and provides support and protection for the cell. The cell wall is what gives plants their shape and allows them to grow tall. Plant cells also have large central vacuoles. Vacuoles are storage bubbles within the cell. The central vacuole in a plant cell stores water, nutrients, and waste products. Animal cells do not have cell walls or large central vacuoles. Section 7 Cells working together, T-tissues, organs and systems. In this section we will explore how cells, the basic building blocks of life, come together to form complex structures and systems that keep organisms functioning. Just like the Lego blocks in our castle, cells don't work alone. They are the fundamental units that, when combined, create something much larger and more intricate. They work together in groups called tissues. Tissues are collections of similar cells that have a common function. A tissue is a group of similar cells that work together to do a specific job. For instance, epithelial tissue forms the outer layer of our skin, protecting our body from the external environment. For example, muscle tissue is made up of muscle cells that contract to allow movement. This tissue is essential for all types of body movements, from walking to the beating of the heart. Different tissues can then work together to form organs. Organs are more complex structures that perform specific functions necessary for the organism's survival. An organ is a group of different tissues that work together to carry out a specific function. For example, the stomach is an organ that helps in the digestion of food. For example, the heart is an organ that pumps blood throughout the body. It ensures that oxygen and nutrients are delivered to all parts of the body while removing waste products. It is made up of muscle tissue, nerve tissue, and connective tissue. Each type of tissue plays a crucial role in the heart's function, from contracting to pump blood, to transmitting electrical signals that regulate the heartbeat. Several organs working together form an organ system. These systems, such as the circulatory system, respiratory system, and digestive system, work in harmony to maintain the body's homeostasis and overall health. Each system has a specific role but is interconnected with others, ensuring the organism functions as a whole. Section 8. The importance of cells in our everyday lives. Cells are essential for all life on Earth. They are the building blocks of our bodies, the food we eat, and the air we breathe. Understanding how cells work is crucial for advancements in medicine, agriculture, and environmental science. For example, scientists are studying cells to develop new treatments for diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's. They are also working to engineer crops that are more resistant to pests and diseases. By understanding the basic unit of life, we can unlock new possibilities for improving human health, feeding a growing population, and protecting our planet. Section 9. The future of cell research. The study of cells, known as cell biology, is a rapidly evolving field. This branch of science delves into the fundamental units of life, exploring their structure, function, and behavior. As we uncover more about these microscopic building blocks, we gain insights that can transform various aspects of our world. Scientists are constantly making new discoveries about how cells work and how they interact with each other. These interactions are crucial for understanding how organisms develop, function, and respond to their environment. By studying cell communication, researchers can identify the underlying causes of diseases and develop targeted treatments. With the development of new technologies like powerful microscopes and gene editing tools, we can explore the intricacies of cells in even greater detail. High-resolution imaging allows us to see the inner workings of cells, while gene editing technologies like CRISPR enable precise modifications to DNA, opening up new possibilities for genetic research and therapy. In the future, cell-based therapies hold immense promise for treating a wide range of diseases. These therapies involve using living cells to repair or replace damaged tissues and organs. For example, scientists are developing treatments for conditions like Parkinson's disease, diabetes, and heart disease by harnessing the regenerative potential of cells. Scientists are working on using stem cells, which have the ability to develop into different cell types, to repair damaged tissues and organs. Stem cells offer a unique opportunity to regenerate damaged tissues, potentially providing cures for previously untreatable conditions. Research in this area is advancing rapidly, bringing us closer to clinical applications. Nanotechnology, which involves manipulating materials at the atomic and molecular level, is also opening up new frontiers in cell research. By creating nanoscale tools and devices, scientists can interact with cells in ways that were previously unimaginable. This technology has the potential to revolutionize diagnostics, drug delivery, and even the repair of cellular damage. By developing tiny machines that can interact with cells, we may one day be able to deliver drugs directly to diseased cells or even repair damaged DNA. These nanobots could navigate the body with precision, targeting specific cells and tissues to provide highly effective treatments with minimal side effects. The potential applications of this technology are vast and exciting. The future of cell research is full of exciting possibilities that have the potential to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and our understanding of life itself. From developing new treatments for diseases to enhancing crop yields and creating sustainable biofuels, the advancements in cell research are poised to make a profound impact on our world. As we continue to explore the mysteries of cells, we move closer to unlocking the full potential of this remarkable field.